Hey guys, welcome to 3 Mississippis. Sid here. Thanks for clicking on the video. Well, she abandoned her babies and I had to step in. So sometimes nature needs a little help. Hey guys, I was just out here doing evening chores. I was putting the dogs up to go eat dinner. In fact, we're gonna go let Kusi out right now. Taska got spayed today. So she is wearing her cone of shame and I'm keeping her separated in the doghouse area where they normally just go in to eat breakfast and dinner. But Kusi just obviously went up to go eat. Hi, buddy. Okay, you can go back out now. Let me go check on her. No, you stay out. Thank you. But let me show you, she's not happy. I think her initial pain meds have worn off now. Found a wet spot and put her butt in it earlier. But she's wearing, they gave him this floppy cone of shame. Hi, Dashka. So she's just kind of snoozing. She already got her leg in through the top of it once. I don't know how long the cone of shame is gonna last. It's not much of a cone. I'm used to the old school plastic ones that are like, you know, firm, and this one is like, doesn't seem to be doing much. But she's just kind of resting. She's moved, as you can see, she's moved her blanket into the corner, and of course I'm just laying on the hard ground there, but that's her choice. She's just resting. Oh, her little tummy probably hurts, but she's snoozing. So poor Taska, she's gonna have a few days of not feeling great. I've had a lot of animals though over the years, and I've had them spayed and neutered. They've never given me painkillers after the fact. That's new to me. But guys, I was so excited I had to run in and go grab the camera because I went in like I do every evening to go collect eggs, right? And because I can finally start collecting eggs again, I had to do a round of deworming for the girls because one of the girls, my hair is crazy, just ignore it. One of the girls had worms, so of course I had to treat them all, but they're all fine. So I had to not use the eggs for a while, but today when I came in, look what I found. Look who hatched out a bunch of ducklings. And she's very protective. I tried to grab one earlier and I was able to snatch it up, but look at them all. This is just since this morning. These all hatched out. Look at them, they're so cute. Let me see if I can pick one up without her completely trying to kill me. Woof. Okay, I'm just gonna take one. Look how cute. I know, it's okay. I think you're crushing one of them right now, Mama. Oh no, she's okay, but look at them all. She's not happy. She doesn't want me messing with them, but look, there's one peeking back there too. There is a whole mess of them. Look at them. I don't want to upset her, but they are so cute. And this is exciting, guys, because this is the first batch of birds that have been bred and hatched on the property since we moved to Mississippi. And I'm so excited. Look at them all. Look at them all. You're such a good mama. You're such a good mama. I just love that. So there's something so magical about that. And of course, she's not trusting me to really mess with them yet, but that's okay. And then she's still sitting on a clutch of eggs right now that are right behind hers. So I would say within the next 4 to 5 days, she should start having some hatching under her. And she actually has a few duck eggs and several chicken eggs, and they should be timed right that they all hatch together. So it'll be an interesting little family situation here. Look at the baby. Oh, there's a good mama. I know. Okay, I don't want to stress you out anymore. I actually got 2 new additions today, guys. A friend of a friend that lives down the road has some turkeys. She's got some bourbons and some royal palms. And she had 2 turkey poults that were about 2 weeks old that she was getting rid of. And my neighbor tagged me and she was like, hey, need turkeys? And I was like, cool. So I went and swung by on the way home and picked up these two. Now they looked definitely muddled. Apparently there's also females that are bourbon and Royal Palm. So these could be half Royal Palm, half red bourbon, or they could be straight bourbons. They're definitely not straight Royal Palms. I can tell by looking at them. They're coloring already, but they could be mixed. But they're little heritage birds, so we'll see what they grow up to look like. There they are. There's one, and there's the other. And it's really warm in here right now, guys, so don't be concerned that like they're not under the heat plate. The heat plate is right over here, but I'm going to be expanding these brooders tomorrow, and they're due for a clean out. And then these guys are getting big. They need more room now. So, and they keep dumping their water, and I keep fixing their bedding. So tomorrow, both of these brooders are going to get gutted and expanded with fresh bedding and everything scrubbed out because they're due to be done. Lots of extra additions today. So excited about those babies, the poults, the ducklings, so awesome. I ran to Tractor Supply today because I had to pick up a few things. Beulah was almost out of the good fly spray that I like and that she likes. She lets me put it all over her now with no complaints. She like almost asks for it now because I think she's figured out that it like actually helps. Whereas before she was just like fighting me and the flies. So now she's mellowed, which is good. I also actually got another animal crate. It's huge. It's pretty big. I think it'll fit, Kusi, Taska, a goat. When I need to separate somebody or when I need to haul somebody to the vet, this is going to come in handy. I had to take her to the vet today to get spayed, obviously, and she doesn't do well in the truck. So I put her in another carrier that I had, but today was like the last day that she could fit in that carrier. She's too big, and she's only going to get bigger. That's the word on the street. So I managed to cram her in there, and she seemingly had a pleasant ride. I think she prefers to be outside in the truck bed than actually in the cab of the truck. She seems to get a lot more anxiety being enclosed inside. I mean, she's an outdoor dog. She's never been in the house. She's ridden in cars very seldomly. So, but this is going to come in handy. Just one more thing I got to put together. I know they're easy to put together, but I always hate when I have to put things together. But that's going to come in handy for sure. I'm excited. She brought the babies out today. I'm kind of surprised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 ducklings. And I don't think they can get over that hump. All right, I just put a ramp down, but they can squeeze through those little wires, so that's what they're doing. And they'll find their mama. She kind of just... That's not your mama, kids. That's not your mama. Oh, she got one baby over there with her. You better keep a better eye on your babies, mama. I feel like she's kind of abandoned them out here. She's not staying with them like she should. Where is she going? I think that duck's following the wrong one. That's the mama right there. But she's clearly just given up. Why'd you bring him out here? Why? So this morning I actually cleaned both of the brooders out and expanded them because all the birds are kind of getting bigger, and the geese are really good about dumping their water because that's what waterfowl do, right? So I put the ducklings in with the geese, and it's actually working out really well. The geese are really, even though they're young, they're cuddling with them and not trying to attack them. Oh geez, Bunko just came up behind me and scared the bejesus out of me. So they're just kind of chilling in, and it's really warm today, guys. It's in the high 80s, but they're doing really well with them. I sat here and watched them after I first put them in to make sure that the geese weren't going to attack them or anything. but they seem to be doing okay. And just kind of cuddled up together. And then these guys are like nosy neighbors over here looking what's going on. Yeah, you're like nosy neighbors. Bella May! Hi, Mama! Hi! What are you doing? Did you come over? Hi, Mama! There's a good girl. Who's a pretty pony who's been bending the fence down? Yeah, Daddy needs to fix that, or you're just going to be able to walk through that fence at some point. He hadn't put as you guys might be able to see, there's no T-post put there. And it needs probably one more T-post about here. This is a long stretch from there to over here with no T-post. I know the grass is greener over here, isn't it? By the compost pile. I'm telling you, just a good girl though. So she let me get her all done up today and walk her around a little bit while Mike was in here bush hogging. He's like, just keep her from running out the fence. And I thought, well, I'll just hadn't put her harness on her in a couple days, or her halter rather. So I was like, well, might as well. Hey, Mama, such a good girl. There's a big festival in town today. In fact, I hit some of the traffic, if you can call it that, in a small town from it when I was picking up Frankie. We're hoping to get down there before too much longer and be able to kind of check out the festival a little bit. He's been bush hogging. I think he started around 9:30 or 10 this morning, and he's been just going at it ever since. So, and it's probably like almost 1 o'clock now, so he's probably getting tired of bush hogging. He'll probably be ready for a funnel cake and a hot dog pretty soon. As you can see, the ducklings are all over the goslings, and the goslings are really, really sweet with them. They've been super patient, showing them how to eat and drink and letting them just kind of crawl all over them. So they seem to be getting along really well, and it's kind of the most adorable thing I've ever seen. That mama hen was still acting a little bit broody. Frankie and I went ahead and grabbed her and banded her legs so we knew which of the hens had actually sat on that clutch. We don't process her because she obviously is good at sitting and hatching out the eggs. It's debatable about whether or not she's actually a good mom since she did abandon them in the yard, but at least she got them to the point where I can then snatch them up and throw them in a brooder. It is important to note that I did watch the ducklings with all of my drakes and my roosters and my other chickens and geese, and everybody was really nice to them. Nobody seemed to try to grab them, attack them. They all let them kind of go around their feet and sit with them. I just decided, since nobody really had the designated duty of looking over the ducklings, that I wanted to make sure that I went ahead and snatched them up so that a hawk didn't grab them. Even though I have deterrents like my geese and my black chickens in there to help keep hawks away, 12 really brightly yellow little ducklings running around was definitely hawk bait. But since the mama duck still was acting like she wanted to sit in that nesting box, I decided to clean out all the old shells that she hadn't eaten after the ducklings hatched and take a clutch that one duck had started and seemingly abandoned a couple of days ago. She never started sitting on them. She was just laying them, and shifted them all to that same nesting box where that mama hen was wanting to sit. She started sitting right away on them, and now we've reset the clock for another 35 days for another bunch of ducklings. Unfortunately, when Mike was pulling out the tractor, he hit my chicken plucker with Kenny. Yes, you heard me right. He plowed right into my plucker and unfortunately ripped out the power cord that he had just fixed. I was supposed to be able to process birds this week, and I of course wanted to use the plucker. I am praying that Mike is able to find the time to fix that cord so that I can still process some birds this week and not have to pluck them all by hand. Several of my Cornish are definitely ready to be processed out, and I would love to be able to thin that flock out a little bit and get some more birds done and out of the way. But every morning I have to go out into the pasture, give them a little bit of their feed towards the back of the pen so that I can then use the dolly to drag that pen back one full length of the size of the tractor. Partway through that process, I have to move their feeders and their waters back up against the back wall again so that they stay away from the back edge and don't get crumpled underneath it as you're dragging it forward. And then I go ahead and go in there one last time at the end and of course top off their feeders, spread some of their feed into the fresh pasture so they start pecking and digging through it. And of course, I refill their water at this point as well, because as we all know, living things need water. But look at them. Some of them are really getting hefty. Definitely time to send them to Camp Kenmore. Mike spent all day yesterday bush hogging the back 40 and this front 20 section of the back 40 to get the sagebrush kind of tampered down so that that wonderful green lush pasture can come back through it. Beulah is the last one to get pampered in the morning, so I saved the best for last, of course, and I go racing back up the hill after trucking all the food and water and moving the tractor in the pasture back up to Beulah's section of pasture. Beulah, of course, gets her couple of treats in the morning, and she gets some whole oats mixed with her Mare Magic to keep her attitude in check. In addition to brushing her, I'm gonna smooth some fly spray on her. I also always take my fish net and scoop out any debris in both the goats' water and Beulah's water, just to keep it as clean as possible for as long as possible. After those morning chores and some other fun activities around the farm, it was time to take a break and go into town for a little festival. Mike actually dragged me out on the dance floor and we did a little two-step. Nobody else was really dancing, but we had a good time. Thanks for joining us today, guys. We appreciate you, and as always, stay blessed and safety's all.